Hi, I'm Ben Dawes. I'm the Business Development Manager here at Cami KMS. I've been working here for over 5 years, and today I'm here to give you an overview of Simplekey Web. Simplekey Web is a cloud-based access control system that can revolutionise the way you gain access to different types of properties. We work with clients across a range of sectors, all with unique and individual needs across a diverse property portfolio. These include high-rise and low-rise blocks, shelter schemes, community centres and offices. As you can see, we work with hundreds of end users with thousands of properties. There are tens of thousands of doors controlled by millions of fobs, all working 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Once you've purchased your first system, Simplekey Web will come pre-configured and ready to use. We'll set up a master account with all features enabled. Let's log in and take a look. When you first log on, you'll notice on the left hand side you have a blue navigational menu. You also have some white tiles which are the common task buttons. We're just going to take a look at each of these common task buttons and what they do. In areas, you'll find all of your properties. In groups, you will find groups that you've set up with different permissions such as staff and contractor access. And then we've got notice boards, which is an additional product that we can offer where you can send an instant message to a screen on site. Then we have notice messages, where you can control the notice messages that you send to your notice boards, which can include text, a text and an image, a PDF or Word document, or an animation. Then we have people, where you can see a list of people that have fobs allocated to them. You then have tokens. Tokens is another word for fobs, and it's where you can see all of the tokens and fobs that you have programmed into the system. The next feature is reports, which allows you to extract any information from your system. Door unlock invitation is a quick and easy way to send up to 24 hours access to your contractors or temporary access to your residents. Communication devices is where you can see all the devices that are connected to the system and the state of those devices. Schematic gives you a list overview of all your systems. And scheduled reports allow you to send reports daily, weekly or monthly. The first thing we're going to look at is adding a user to the system. With Simplekey Web, you can add as many users to the system as you like. You can even create groups where you can give them certain permissions. To do that, you click Create User Group. In there, you can give them a name, and then you can choose what they can and can't do by clicking the tick boxes here. As you can see, there's a little explanation underneath. And once you've decided what they can do, you can click create, and that will create your user group. You then go on to the settings, into users, and you can create a new user. You give them a username, you give them a password, and obviously put their first name in, surname, and their email address. Once you've done that, you can then choose the user group that you want to give them access to and click the save button. And then you can continue to add as many users as you like with the system. The next thing we're going to look at is the areas where you can see the properties and how we add a tenant fob. So as you can see, we have different ones: estates, blocks, it might be community centres or offices. We're going to look at the Checkers estate for this one and Dawes house. In there you'll see the way the system's set up, so you'll see that we've already pre-programmed the car park barrier, main entrance, rear entrance, and flat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 has got access to it. In there you can see in the flat we've got different fob colours. Why do we have different fob colours? It's because if a tenant loses a fob, you'll be able to click on one of those and they'll identify it by the fob colour. So if we just went into flat 1 and we wanted to program a new fob, as you can see, the fob number is on the packet that is sent out with the fob. You can click the activate token button and then you type in the digits on there, so like 00124YL. click the Find Token button. It will find the reference. If you can use it, it will come up with a tick, and from there you can add a reference of your own choice or any notes. Click the Activate Token button, and then that fob is ready to give out to the resident to continue to use. And as you can see now, it's in the list of tokens. If a tenant has lost their fob or had it stolen or misplaced it, or you need to stop it for any reason, you just go into the areas and then you can find the estate or block that it's in, so like Doors House. From there you go to their flat number, and all you need to ask them is, what colour fob did you lose? If they say, oh, I've lost my black fob, you can click onto the black fob and then you can mark the token as lost, stolen or disabled. Here we're going to mark it as lost. That will stop the fob from working, but it will keep it in the flat. Why do we want to keep it in the flat? Well, if they try to use the fob, you can see on the system, it'll come up as red, as you can see here, and it will not let them in, but it will flash up on the system. What you can then do is give the tenant a call and say, have you found your fob? If they have, you can just mark the token as live, and that fob will work again. If a contractor or tenant is stuck outside of one of your properties and is connected to Simplekey Web, you can open the door remotely. This will allow you to save time and money by not having to visit site. You find the property, like Doors House, you find the door or barrier that they're outside. This is the car park barrier. You click the door commands button, click the unlock, put a reason like contractor is outside. You then click the OK button, and this will open the door and allow the person to go in. After the 5 seconds has happened, it will close again and lock the door and become secure. Simplekey Web generates a lot of information. One of the places you can see this information is in the events section. To get to the events section, you can do this from the fob level right up to the block level. So you can go into the fob itself, so we could go into flat 1 here and into the black fob. You can look at the recent events and it'll give you the information. It'll be time stamped, tell you whether it was authorised or not, tell you where they accessed, and it will also tell you what flat the fob belongs to. You can also see the information of the flat itself. So this could be that they've got multiple fobs in a flat and you want to see all the events for that particular flat. And here's the information of the particular flat. You can also see the information on a block level, so you can see all the flat information. You can see here that somebody wasn't allowed in because the fob was disabled. You can see that we've opened the door remotely, and you can see a request to exit with a timestamp, so that you can look at that with any CCTV information. You can also look at the events at a particular door, so if there's been an incident and it's within the last 200 events, you can see the information there. Through Simplekey Web, you can create groups to give access to people such as your estate officers or your cleaners or Royal Mail. To do that, you click the Create Group button. You then give them a name, like Checkers. You can then choose a time profile if you wish, which gives you access during certain days or certain time periods. If you don't select any, it will give you access 24/7, 7 days a week. So you click Create. You can then add the blocks or doors that they can access. Here we're going to do the Checkers estate, and we're going to give them access to all doors on that estate. We're then going to click the Save button, and that will then create the group. If a new block or site or door comes on, all you need to do is go onto the Change Access Doors button again, and from there you can then just tick the estate button, which will give you access, or the additional block or site that you want to give them access to, and then you can save it, and that will automatically update the controller to give the fob permissions, meaning you don't need to worry about getting the fobs back in to reprogram them. KMS can set you an all access group up on the system. This allows you to program fobs to this group, which will give you access to all the properties and doors that are currently on the system, and any further properties or doors that are added in the future, without you needing to do anything. Another great feature of Simplekey Web is the ability to run detailed reports. You can see here that there's a number of reports that we can run. One of these reports is an event report where you can create a custom report to suit your exact needs. One of these particular reports, as an example, is looking at what happened yesterday at a particular door, because there's been an incident such as the main entrance door at Checkers has been broken or vandalised. You can then go down to Checkers and you can find the door's house and you can find the main entrance door, and then you've got a couple of options. You've got send it yourself in Excel, you've got display below, or display below and Excel. I would always send it into Excel. That gives you the ability then to send it on to anybody that you may need to send it. If there's a custom report you use regularly, you can ask KMS to create this as a shortcut on the system. An example of this is the excessive token usage report. Here you can run a report to say, I want to any flats that have used a fob more than 50 times in a day. This may show antisocial behaviour or people using fobs in ways that they shouldn't. The absconsion report is a report to be able to give you information on flat usage. So we could run a report and say, in the last 3 months at Checkers Estate, I want to know in Dawes House any flats that haven't used their fob for 3 months. An example of why you would do this is a void property. So we're looking for people that are not actually living in the property anymore. Or if there's an elderly resident that's not been able to get out and about and not using their fobs to get back into the building, this will highlight that also. You've got the 3 options: the Excel report in email, the display below, or the display below and Excel report in email. Here we've displayed below, and you can see flat 4, 5 and 6 have not used their fobs for the last 3 months, and then you can investigate that further. All the reports on the system and a few additional ones can be run and scheduled automatically to be received every day, every week or every month, and it can be sent to multiple email addresses or to a single email address. The benefit of this is that you don't need to remember to run the report. Simplekey Web is an always-on system, and through communication devices you can see if the devices are live. Here you can see Dawes House is online and the signal strength previously when we commissioned the system. You can also click on there to see the controllers and to see what doors are connected to them, giving you full visibility of your systems. All the features I've shown you today have been done on a laptop, but it's just as easy to do this on a PC or a mobile phone or a tablet. This gives you the ability to manage your system from anywhere at any time. Thank you for watching this brief overview of Simplekey Web. We've only been able to touch on a few of the features to give you a flavour of what the system can offer. We know that everyone has specific needs, and we'd only be too happy to show you in person how Simplekey Web can solve your needs and benefit your organisation.